Hi, Dougie from Doug West Tackle here. Stuart Grice, how you going, Stuart?
Yeah, good, Dougie. How are you, mate?
Mate, great. We've been fishing again this week.
We have. We didn't fish together, but we had a bit of an in-shop comp, mate, and
We
we
did.
came out on top, and Dougie came second out of 2 people.
Believe what you want to believe. Okay, we got blown away. It was supposed to be in. We went out wide. We're heading wide to a deep drop and deep jig.
This was on Tuesday.
Yeah, we only got to 120 metres. It was blown about 15, maybe 18 knots every now and then from the east-southeast, and it was white capped and it was very crappy.
It was.
And there was no current. It was just straight down, but there's a little wind current on the top.
So the weatherman caught us off guard again.
Yeah, it was meant to be 10 knots.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
not
beautiful.
variable. They say up to 10 knots from the west, actually.
Yeah.
Complete opposite, 180 degrees.
Yeah.
But anyhow, it is what it is, and we got smashed.
Yeah, but we still caught fish.
Still caught fish. We got some nice pearlies. We both did.
Yeah.
We got a few pigfish too.
Yeah, we got a few pigfish, little bar cod,
Yep.
comet cod, yeah, some different stuff from the
Yeah.
depths. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
we sort of got the numbers up on trag, Julian, on 36s. Anyhow, there was plenty of trag there. Only small, but plenty.
Yeah.
And legal. But it was all good.
Yeah.
And good to see the fisheries when we come back in, Stu. They're checking
Yeah,
the
that's
boats
right.
that come in. You got checked?
We did.
I got
Yep.
checked, and we're all good, which is a good thing. Yeah, so thanks for doing that, fishery guys out there. And always remember, keep to the bag limit and keep to the size.
And at the end of the day, don't give them too hard of a time. They're just doing their job.
They're just doing their job. Yeah, and they probably couldn't give you some information about what's happening in the fish scene because they see what comes through.
They see more than us. They see more than everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Stuart. So let's talk about this weekend. Or actually, today's Thursday night. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 16th, 17th, 18th of June, 2023. And at the moment, the weather looks like another fairly good weekend. I know last Sunday was a bit crappy. Saturday was the day, of course.
It was.
And this weekend, looking at it soon, I just checked it out again. Hopefully it's right. Saturday gets up to about maybe 10 knots, and Sunday gets up to about 8 knots.
Yeah. Looks like another good weekend.
It does, mate. And the swell, mate.
Mate, hardly anything. Less than a metre.
Yeah, less. Yeah, average 0.6, 0.6. So sounds pretty good.
Sounds good. Sounds good on paper. Hopefully, it's what it says.
And
but even leading into next week, Doug, it still looks really good.
Yeah, right through to Thursday at least.
Yeah, there's not a day above 12, 13 knots.
No. So it's pretty good. So and the swell gets even less, I think down to 0.3 or 0.4 by Wednesday. I think it was. Yeah. So go for it.
Yeah. So in this good weather, Dougie, would you be going wide?
Well, I would be, as long as there's not too much west involved anywhere, but I just check on it, always check before you go.
Yeah.
And guys, the bite period, we say every week the bite period. At the moment, I'm a little bit going off windy on the bite period, just let you know that. But supposedly, this weekend is a 4-fish bite, which is the biggest as I get.
It's the best you can get.
It's the best as you can get, and it starts on Saturday and it goes right through to Tuesday or Wednesday actually. So you've got 5 days of supposedly really good fishing. The dark moon is in the sky all day, which means there should theoretically be an early morning bite, and then there'll be I think a mid-morning bite through to lunchtime. Actually, lunchtime bite. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then an afternoon bite just on dark.
Yeah.
So whether you chase the snapper, pearlies, kingies, amberjacks, black king, dewies at night, they should all bite.
They should.
Yeah, give it a crack. We'll be out there somewhere. Okay. So Stuart, let's get offshore. What else is happening up there, mate? So we got some pearl perch on.
We've got some pearlies, mate.
100 metre mark.
100 metre mark, and we're just using our deep drop rigs.
Yep.
Our light pearly rig that we make in the shop, Dougie. So these things work a treat. I know we say it quite often, but those little skirts do glow blue. And mate, it was the difference on the day, I think.
Yeah. I was actually using, I think I did my rod here somewhere, but I was actually using one of these jigs in 100 and 120 metres, and caught lots of pearlies. That the fish just weren't really biting. They were stacked on the sound, oh my gosh. But they just weren't really biting. So I got, I think, 4 pearlies on the jigs. But they definitely were smacking them pretty good.
Yeah.
The beauty is because there's no current, it was just like straight down. But we really need a little bit of current. I think the fish are just getting a bit bored.
Yeah.
You bring them all up, they're all totally empty. There's no food in their guts. They're just not feeding. But get a bit of current, they need to do a bit of exercise, they start to burn a bit of fat. Wish I could do that. And they come on the bite. So yeah, give it a crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need that current to run south. And I haven't checked the current, guys. I didn't check it. There's apparently a little bit coming through on last Sunday, I heard. And I think Ross went out maybe Monday, and said there was a bit of current to the south as well, and got a few fish actually coming to bite a bit. And then the current dropped off again. We were out there on Tuesday. Those didn't bite very well. So yeah, we just need a bit of current to the south. A little trickle, half a knot would be nice.
Would be nice.
1 knot would be perfect. So other than that, guys, in close, like again, the fish have been stacked on the sound of the snapper will be there, and it's definitely worth a go in close early morning. Yeah. Because you've got running tide in the morning this weekend. You've got what have you got? A sort of low swell. Yeah. So definitely would be worth going out prior to dark to check the swell, though, please. It can change. And hitting those close in reefs right on the crack of daylight before the sun even shows its little top part on the horizon. And I'd be definitely fishing, probably start off with float line pillies, but once that sun gets up, I'd be switching to plastics or rubber jigs, whatever, and give that a go. Yeah. A few big cobia caught this week, Stu, on the charter boats. Yeah, so good ones actually. A couple of
big ones, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think the guys on
True Blue.
True Blue, that's it. Yeah, True Blue Charters. Yeah. It's got 2 names actually. True Blue Charters, they got a lot of cobia actually, and every day they've been getting them as well. But most of the charter boats out there have been catching quite good fish at the moment. Yeah. So give them all a go. They all chase cobia this time of the year and snapper. Yeah. Yep. So spanner crabs, I haven't heard much, but we passed the spanner crabber heading out on Tuesday morning in about, I'd say we passed him about 52 metres deep, and he was sort of just north of the seaway. So that seems to be the direction that he was heading anyhow. I don't know where they are. But maybe give it a crack up there if you want to go catch some spanner crabs. And that's probably all I can tell you at the moment. If you're into Taylor, it might be worth a crack with this little tiny swell and light westerly winds maybe to have a go at Taylor. Still your specialty, mate?
Yeah, I love it. So you just drive along the back of the breakers, just make sure you're not in that green zone around Koran, and you just find a gutter, fish the entrance, and throw metals. Dougie, you throw metals?
Yeah.
I like stick baits. Metals catch a lot more fish, so that's why Dougie likes them, but I catch the bigger fish, and that's why I like these ones, you know? But any stick bait just seems to, it does catch a few less, but much bigger, hey? And even up to like that size, like that's 130 mil.
That's actually good.
These work
good
very
fast
well.
popper. Yeah, really good. Okay, so some people will use any excuse to get, because I don't get numbers, okay? Anyhow, Stu, let's go on. So we've done offshore, then we're going to move into jumping pin area. There's a bit of Jewies caught up there last week, mate.
King of the Pin last weekend. Lots of Jewies caught.
Lots of Jewies caught,
and there were some fairly decent fish. I don't know exactly where, but there's a lot of guys fishing the bar.
Yeah, so you guys need to get live bait, live pike, live mullet, live whiting even, as long as they're legal. And fish in, if you go offshore, obviously there's no swells, to zip out and get some liveys.
Yakkers or slimies,
Come back in and fish just at the entrance there, Swan Bay, out of the green zone. And high tide, low tide, definitely the go.
Yeah, for sure. So
give that a go. Flatties, Stu, there's a few flatties. We're starting to get the shakes because we love flatty fishing too. Love everything fishing, but flatty fishing is one of our specialties. And Stewie,
it's starting.
Is it on next week, you and I?
I think, do you want to have a fish off, mate?
I wouldn't call it a fish off, anyhow. I'll call it just an easy win, but yeah. So
Stewie, I was going to call it a bloodbath, but anyway. But yeah, no,
the flatties are on.
They're definitely.
So
they've
area?
come out of all of that back block area. They're in that middle section, and they're probably closer to the bar, if anything.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd be fishing like Caruso around on that high tide, throwing up into those mud clumps on the end, and I'd be fishing around the mouth of Tiger Mullet, Gold Bank, that type of area.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and up Tippler's Channel area.
The
other thing too, guys, crabs, the muddies are on the march again. You believe this? At this time of the year, June, the water temp's like 18 degrees in the Broadwater old jumping pin area.
Yeah.
And this last few days, if you don't know about it, the mud crabs have been thick as. And they're the same ones that were around about 2 months ago when we all went there and just smashed it, and they had the little tiny barnacles on them. Yeah. And they're really nice eating crabs, by the way. And there's apparently been heaps caught. Heaps caught. And they're actually down, not too bad down this end of town too, Pinkenbar and that area. Yeah. So maybe go chase crabs this weekend. Something different this time of the year, but give it a go. Yep. And the good thing about this time of year, when I like run crab this time of year, is that my baits last about 3 or 4 days in the pot before I have to change it. So a little bit stinky by the 4th day, but because the water's so cold, it sort of preserves it a bit better. But anyhow, that's all good. Okay, so whiting, Stu, you heard any whiting around, mate? A bit quieting
Yeah,
down a bit?
look, it's quieting down just because of that cooler water.
Yep.
There has been a couple up the Nerang I've heard, and
Yep.
like a few still in those lagoons up the Pen and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Yep.
But it's definitely not like fishing in summer.
That's right. Yeah, correct. And the other thing, Stu catches the tailor on the beach there, but I like catching tailor in the jump in bar area with little things like this. Look for the birds, look for the choppy water, whether on the surface, and the bait schools and the fish chasing, zipping through it. Birds are diving.
Yeah.
Throw one of those out and you're in.
You are.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Just spin it back, stop, spin, stop, and just make sure that it sits about sort of half a metre below the water if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. Probably don't have your drag set too tight because tailor will throw the lure. It's too tight. You need to let them tap run a little bit. Yep. Okay. Let's move down the Broadwater end of town.
Yeah.
So down here, Stu,
So-
few squid.
Few squid, mate.
All right, lots of squid.
Lots of squid.
Got a few last weekend and got a few during the week as well. Everywhere, they're everywhere. So they're around Kurrajee, they're around Bay Marina side, they're up at Bigger Creek, they're up at the boats and up towards the Sundial Bridge area. Tide wise, like I normally get it on the run out, for high tide the first to run out, but recently I've been getting the low tide, the run out, the run in, and the high and the low.
So the water's so clear at the moment, Doug.
Yeah, I think
so
that's why.
I think that's why.
Yeah. And I reckon this weekend you're going to smash the squid. Just got that feeling, right? And they're getting, well, you get little ones and then you get big ones. It's really weird. You go out one time and you get, they'll all be that size with the odd bit bigger one. The next time you go out, you get all that size and the odd little one. So it just depends on the school, I think. Interesting enough is, sorry I couldn't get that out. Out on the reefs at the moment, I know in the last two trips we've done out, and again the other day, we've been catching monster arrows. Like these guys are like bodies like that, and the heads are like fist size, in that sort of 80 to 280 metre mark actually, on our jigs, and even on our bottom dropper rigs. So there must be a lot of squid out there. So if you want to have a crack at it, and if you're going to bottom drop with the electric, so I was switching from inside to outside for a second, I just remembered, definitely run a squid jig off your pattern
Off the
off the clip,
Yeah.
off the top. Really a little bit of line or just hooked onto the snap swivel, but definitely just drop it down with your rig.
Yeah.
I would, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a Lumo. And
Yeah.
bigger size 3 or 3.5.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, getting back to inside. Sorry about that. Detour. Seaway Stu, what's happening Seaway?
Seaway, yeah, heaps of tailor and little queen fish and stuff like that.
Yep.
Actually, those Watson Leaping Bonito came
Yeah,
in last week.
they
So
did.
like little
They did.
bonito,
Yep.
with yellow fins on it. They came through on the high tide, so
Yep.
it's been fishing really well.
Yeah, that's right.
Heaps of beta and
Hairtail?
hairtail. I haven't heard of any in the last week.
No, okay.
No.
So the hairtail are around the Broadwater from
Yeah.
Sovereign up to near the Gold Coast Bridge
Yeah.
in most of the deeper holes. So if you want to get a few hairtail at night time, go give them a crack. And Stu, the latest thing I've heard is big brim, so really big brim around.
Yeah.
So they're in the canals, they're in the seaway, they're around anywhere you can find any tree or timber around wave break or the banks either side of wave break. They'll be on there at night time,
Yeah,
definitely.
we're getting ready to do their spawn
Yeah,
thing
that's
this time
right.
of year. Yeah.
Yeah, so you fish there with a really small sinker on towards the last hour of the high tide, first hour of the run out, sorry, and you're up shallow on the bank. So the bank might be a metre or metre and a half deep, and you've got a log down there or a few rocks, whatever. That's all you need to hold a massive school brim, and you just fish like a half a pea size with mullet guard or yabbies or whatever. And and tailor fillets are really good too. Yellowtail fillets, slimy mackerel fillets are really good.
Yeah.
And do that. Go catch some brim if you want to catch some brim.
Yeah.
Yep. Tail of Broadwater, I'd be trying up around Crab Island and around in front of SeaWorld, the main channel
Yeah.
there. On the
Probably
right
around
side.
Kurrajee as well.
Kurrajee as
Yeah.
well, yep.
Yeah.
And on the beach, Stu?
On the beach, yeah, tailor
Yeah.
as well. There's been a few whiting on the beach and
Yep.
like flatties and stuff in those shallow gutters as well. But tailor have definitely started.
Yeah, I've seen a few good flatties coming in. Guys get them on the beach at the moment. Beautiful, clean flatties there.
Yeah.
Other than that, Stu, you got mudcrabs maybe in the Pimpamar or the up
Yeah.
the Coomera.
Yeah.
And
All the shots have been fishing all right for
Yep.
the flatties.
yep.
Yeah. So trolling works there really good this time of year.
Yeah, so trolling
So-
lures, what do you use, Stu?
Yeah. Mate, you're always driving, Dougie, so you get the shallow side, the good side. So I've got to compromise. And I always fish something a little bit bigger, something that dives a bit deeper. So just off that drop off. And Dougie, you're on the drop off, so you fish a bit smaller.
Yeah, because the banks drop down fairly quick. So on my side, I'm trolling maybe like maybe metre and a half deep.
Yeah.
and you're trolling like 3 metres, 2.5, 3 metres deep.
Yeah.
So you just need that bit bigger lure, a bit deeper diver on the deeper side of the boat. So just remember have 2 rods set up, 1 shallow lure, 1 deep lure, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
And whatever side, if you're trolling that way, that long one
Yeah.
goes out, and you're going back the other way, which you don't normally do against the current, but if you do, you switch lures.
Yeah.
Okay, casting lures for flaties around crab at the moment, Stu, what would you use at the
so
moment?
heaps of little bait. So it's all going to be pretty small stuff at the moment. But look, Fuse stuff's still really good again. Doug, you had a customer shoot you a message.
Yeah, on the Fuse soft plastics, which we always recommend. They are just so good, and it's like no bullcrap. It's my gun lure.
Yeah.
I don't tell too many people that, except for you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a gun lure. These ones here for tailors, Stu. If you're going to troll around for tail.
Mate, I reckon trolling for tail, but I reckon casting for flatties up on those shallow edges too, mate. That'd work an absolute treat. They're just a new one.
Yep.
I think they're a toughier or something like that.
Yeah, they're not a bad looking lure.
But they're a good looking lure, good hooks on it, straight out the packet. The other thing that's been happening around that, like all of the shots area, there's so many tarpon around. So fishing around like that houseboat wreck, which is around near the red, near Wasp Creek entry.
Yep.
But just vibing has been working really good. So small little soft vibes and just drift it, vertically fish it.
Plenty of trevally this time of year too.
Yeah. And you get flatties, you get bream, you get everything on them.
And Jew up to about 1 metre.
Yeah.
All on that. Guys, I've got both our favourite, my favourite 2 squid jigs back in. These are the gun at the moment. So if I've got 4 rods set up, 2 of these and 2 of these. That's it. But no, there's a lot of squid jigs work, and we got lots of different styles, But we got, I don't know, maybe I'd have to say about 100 different squid jigs down there at the moment. So you can take your pick.
Yeah.
But those 2 are just really, really good. Anyhow, get out there, give it a go. I do throw a bit of S Factor on there as well, or spray them with the Eco Gear spray. But I find S Factor's really because it lasts a bit longer.
Yeah.
And the squid seem to like it as well as obviously fish do. Yeah, we give that a go. And the freshwater steam, Stu, moving there real quick.
Yeah, look, I haven't heard a heaps. Like, it definitely gets harder to fish dams as that water cools.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yep.
The bass go deep, but the last thing I heard was they're definitely heading towards the dam wall. Oh. So they're getting ready. Because they spawn this time of year as well, but they need salt water, but they can't. They don't know that they can't get over and can't get back. So they go towards the dam wall, but they're trucking that way.
Instinct.
Rumor has it. Apparently.
Just like my fishing, Stu. Anyhow, okay, guys.
We'll leave it at that.
So don't forget to follow our YouTube page and our Instagram page and that. You'll learn heaps. Don't forget to tell your friends as well. Like it, subscribe to it, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And also follow our seminars too. We've actually got a seminar tonight, Stuart, on soft plastics and
jigs.
And ball jigs and jigs.
Yeah.
On slow pitch jigging sort of thing.
Snapper.
Yeah, snapper and pearlies and jewies, whatever else comes along. And I think our next seminar is going to be on fast jigging, mechanical jigging, kings, amberjacks, that sort of thing. Yeah. So a bit longer jigs, a bit bigger jigs, a bit more energy. Okay, so we'll catch you soon. That's Dougie and Stewie and the team here at Doug West Tackle World. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.